Are you looking for a family-friendly neighborhood in Westlake Village, California? Well, as you probably know, I'm the gal to help you find it. That was dumb. In this video, I'm going to dive into the top 4 neighborhoods that are the biggest draw for families moving to Westlake. If you're new to my channel, my name is Emily Berdon and I am a Westlake Village real estate specialist. I started my channel at home in Thousand Oaks a few years ago to help people like you in your research on Thousand Oaks and the surrounding areas. Be sure to peruse and watch all of my videos on Westlake and the surrounding areas, and then reach out when you're ready to chat about purchasing a home here. All of my contact info is in the description. All right, I will start by saying that all of the neighborhoods in Westlake have a good mix of young families, empty nesters, and retirees. This area was built in the late 60s and 70s, so we have a lot of original owners living here, empty nesters who don't want to leave because why would they? And then we have young families like you moving in. No. Yep. Okay, that was good. All right, the first neighborhood is First Neighborhood. This was the first planned community in Westlake Village. It was built in the late 60s and early 70s, and you have to think, if this was the first neighborhood they planted, it must be in the best location, and that it is. First Neighborhood is just south of the freeway as you enter Westlake Village. You have a golf course, dining, and shopping centers to the north. You have beautiful trails to the south. You have the lake to the west, and you have Agora Road to the east, which leads you in to Agora Hills. I gotta do like a little aside. Be sure to watch my video on the pros and cons of Agora Hills. How do we make it look like an aside though, just with editing? You should know that First Neighborhood is on the LA side of the county line. So if you've watched my video on the pros and cons of living in Westlake Village, you'll know why that's important. Go check it out. Oh yeah, I'm just sending them all over the place. This neighborhood is really popular among young families because of the larger floor plans, the beautiful green belts. I'm actually standing in one of them right now, and the walkability to the very popular White Oak Elementary that's situated right in the middle of the neighborhood. Why weren't you liking that?
The wanting dogs in my video.
Just kidding, I love dogs. Do you want to live in a neighborhood where you really get to know your neighborhood? Do you want to live in a neighborhood where you really get to know your neighbors? Then you will love First Neighborhood. While the floor plans are big, the lot sizes tend to be smaller, which can be a pro or a con depending on how you look at it. In First Neighborhood, it creates this cozy, inviting atmosphere and a true neighborhood feel. The median home price this past year in First Neighborhood was $1.5 million, and HOAs will run you about $220 a quarter. There's a community pool. I forgot to mention that. You don't have to heat it. They're heating it for you. Next on my list of family-friendly neighborhoods is Foxmore. Now, there are various sections to Foxmore. There's Foxmore, Foxmore Glen, Foxmore Cove, and Foxmore Hills. For this video, I'm going to exclude Foxmore Hills as I dive into that one in my video on my favorite Westlake neighborhoods with views. Over here. To the side, down, up, side. Okay, so check that one out as well. Foxmore homes were built in the late 60s, early 70s, and similarly to First Neighborhood, they have larger floor plans on smaller lots that creates that very cozy, tight-knit community feel. Many homes are walking distance to the highly coveted Westlake Elementary, which makes Foxmore a very desirable neighborhood for young families. Foxmore is located on the southwest side of Westlake, and while it is relatively close to the lake, it's not really walkable to any shops or restaurants. The south side of Foxmore ends at Potrero Road, which is a really beautiful drive that leads you in to Lake Sherwood, which is another neighborhood that I talk about in this video on the most luxurious Westlake Village neighborhoods. So if you're in the market for luxury, be sure to check that one out. Another thing that residents love about living in Foxmore is the community pool. It's just another way that you really get connected with your community at the pool. I'll meet you at the pool. You want to go to the pool? Not including Foxmore Hills, the median home price in Foxmore this past year was $1.475 million, so a little bit less than First Neighborhood. And your HOAs are going to vary from section to section, but the most you'll pay is about $220 a quarter. All right, next up is Westlake Hills. Westlake Hills is located on the northern side of Westlake Village, and it's just steps away from the North Ranch Shopping Center and the Promenade at Westlake, which offers everything you need for your day-to-day. So to the south of Westlake Hills are some wonderful shopping centers, and to the north is North Ranch, which is one of the most luxurious neighborhoods in Westlake. Yeah, I'm going to sound like I'm repeating myself, but these 3 neighborhoods First Neighborhood, Foxmore, and Westlake Hills all have a lot of similarities. Westlake Hills also has a strong community vibe, and it's truly by design. Westlake Hills was built in this hexagon shape. Is that distracting? Hexagon shape. We're just gonna go to the map anyways. Westlake Hills was built in this hexagon shape with green belts interconnecting all of their cul-de-sacs. This creates an atmosphere that is conducive for going for a stroll and mingling with your neighbors. And similarly to the other neighborhoods I've mentioned, right in the middle of Westlake Hills is a highly rated elementary school and a beautiful park. And this is why Westlake Hills is a very popular neighborhood for young families. There's no reason to leave the bubble. How would you say, I'm just making this up now. So between the school, the park, and the walkability of this neighborhood, it creates for this very idyllic family lifestyle. I'm going with it. Idyllic, whatever. If I'm wrong, you can tell me. Westlake Hills has a slightly lower median home price of $1.3 million, mostly because there are more smaller and single-story homes in this neighborhood. HOAs are pretty low, about $40 a year. So I'm moving on to the last neighborhood. Are we good? Or our fourth neighborhood? All right, the fourth neighborhood that I want to mention that is a big draw for families moving to Westlake is Three Springs. Three Springs is going to be a slightly more affluent neighborhood than the others I've mentioned, with a median home price of $1.92 million. Three Springs is the newer community in Westlake, built in the 80s and 90s, and it's very apparent that the builder had families in mind when they designed this neighborhood. The homes and lots are bigger, yet still close enough together that you can get to know your neighbors. There's a big, beautiful park in the middle of the neighborhood and nice wide sidewalks where you'll regularly see your neighbors out for a walk, run, or a bike ride. Is my hair looking okay? Fine hair, girl problems. You wouldn't know. Three Springs is just south of Westlake Lake, but unless you live right near the entrance to the neighborhood, you're not going to be walkable to anything aside from your neighbor's house. Three Springs is a long, narrow tract, and if you live at the back of the tract, it could be a 5-minute drive. That one's not going in because it's not true. I'm going to show you because there's speed bumps and you have to go slow. It could be a 7-minute drive to your house once you've entered the neighborhood. The HOA in Three Springs is currently $198 a year. And then I'm doing a summary. To summarize, my favorite Westlake Village neighborhoods for families are First Neighborhood with a median home price of $1.5 million, Foxmore with a median home price of $1.475 million, Westlake Hills with a median home price of $1.3 million, and Three Springs with a median home price of $1.92 million. Is that good? If you're looking to make the move to Westlake Village, reach out so I can learn more about you and help you determine which neighborhood would best suit your needs and lifestyle. Check out my other videos. Yeah. And be sure to check out my other videos, the pros and cons of living in Westlake Village, as well as the other neighborhood-specific videos I've made. Everything is linked below. I look forward to meeting you and helping you find your perfect Westlake Village home. I'll talk to you soon. Just want to make sure I'm tucked in. Oh, are we going? Come on. 2 down, 2 to go. That's going to be so dumb. A Westlake Village in this hexagon shape, real estate specialist. My favorite Westlake... I'm pointing up here. Are we going to put something? Needs? That would be awesome. I feel like something needs to be here. I know what a hexagon is. It's fine. And because this is awkward. No. Yeah. Now we're going to have to do it up there because I pointed up there. 2 to go. I did it again. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Got to put one of those in there. Yeah. Nope. That's not what I wanted to say. Tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay. Oh, good.